But I'm going to ask you, Tan Sri, you've been part of this metamorphosis, transformations over 3 administrations, each promising a new direction, each promising a new thing. But in recent times, just in the last few months, we have seen a United Nations report that says we've totally underestimated our poverty levels. We've got a World Bank report today that says there are people struggling to feed themselves. I think the Prime Minister's economics advisor, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Khalid, has lyrically called it the color of inequality. That's a very real truth for us to grapple with. What is your evaluation of this situation?
Basically, I think there are large segments, Chin Tiong said, there are large segments, there are significant segment of the population who are not living well. And they came out in the report that you launched 2 days ago. Part of it is conspicuous consumption, people spending, it came out in the report, people spending more than they're earning. Especially the young ones below 30 years old, they just tend to spend with the credit card and this sort of thing. But even if we take that out, the compulsive expenditure, there are large segments of population even earning 8,000 but not living comfortably. The governments over the period have wanted to resolve this issue, but have not succeeded for a number of reasons. But I'll give you one reason, one factor. Sometimes over the period, our government has done many great things, but there are some weaknesses. And one of the weaknesses, which may be even present today, although I'm no more part of the government for last 5 years or 6 years or so, is that we tend to think in terms of silo. So I give you an example. Every minister has a KPI. So the minister of MITI has a KPI. So what is the minister of MITI's KPI? Investment. There's a box called investment. So the minister, the KSU, the officers, the whole administration is thinking of investment coming in. If the investment achieves the figure announced or targeted or exceeds it, well done. But is that investment good for Malaysia? Is there a cost-benefit study? Have they worked with the Ministry of Labour to make sure there are skills? Have they worked with the economic planning unit to do some form of cost-benefit study? None. So you get sometimes, even now, the report says that Americans have replaced Chinese in investment, but what are the Americans investing? Is it up the curve or down the curve? Actually, it's basically down the curve. So you go back to, so you get an investment that comes in, okay, that uses Bangladeshi or Nepalese workers. So do Malaysians benefit? No. Who use our energy and water, which is subsidized. We subsidize them, and they're not even employing our staff, our Malaysians. And then, do they pay tax? No, because you give them a tax holiday for 10 years. So actually what you get in the country, you actually get zero. But actually I tell you, you get even less than zero. You get negative. Why do you get negative? Because the investment that comes in, and you subsidize them, and they employ Bangladeshis, and they don't pay tax. You know, after 10 years, they're supposed to pay tax, but they use transfer pricing. They use transfer pricing, they don't tax anyway. They just price it, invoice it, and you do that. But it is negative because they come in with all the allowances we give them, and they replace, because our resources are limited, okay? Resources. And they replace a company or an industry which has been operating normally and which was paying taxes. So you bring in an exporter, you give him all sorts of things, layan dia macam-macam, and the guy will replace your guy paying taxes. So it's negative. And one of the things, even if you get the guy to pay to, and the reason why the guy is not employing you, a Malaysian, and employing Bangladeshi, because the salary is so low. And even the Malaysians who work there, the salary are pressed down. So if you make sure that people earn non-slavery wages, decent wages, and you make sure the industries that come in, there's a cost-benefit analysis, and there's no silo sort of thing, I think we can move forward now, because there's a lot of things which is silo. And one of the things going forward is basically we have to get out of this silo thinking, to think, to have a common narrative, throughout the government departments and work together. Thank you.